Also, you have to have very good sales and service. It's much more service intensive than you would think.
Steve, you also have one of the biggest real estate investment operations in the Western world. Many people think that the real estate world is going to suffer a decline because interest rates have been high. People aren't coming back to work physically so much that maybe people don't need as much office space. Are you expecting a big decline in the value of commercial real estate in major cities, or do you think it's been exaggerated?
I think it depends on the sub-asset class, David. So office buildings in the United States, to some degree also around the world, because of the pandemic, people got used to staying at home. And it was actually more profitable for them to stay at home because, one, they didn't work as hard, regardless of what they tell you. And the second is they don't spend money to commute. They can make their lunch at home. They don't have to buy expensive clothes, and so their incomes are higher. Just one or two quick statistics. In the U.S., in the office market, buildings are 20% vacant, unleased. Actually, there's another 20% that somebody's leased, but the people don't come in. So you're looking at office buildings that basically are 40% unused. So I expect when those leases roll off, the companies will cut back the amount of space. So say you have 30% unused space in office buildings, that means those office buildings are not survivable, as economic entities. Now, that the exception is office buildings that are 10 years old or less. People like being in those. So that's going to have a very bad ending. On the other hand, there are other categories of real estate, like warehouses. They're still going up, like 8-9% a year in terms of leases. When somebody rolls off an old lease, they've gone up so much, there's an increase to them of 50 to 60%. So there are a variety of areas, whether it's student housing, whether it's actually even affordable housing, all kinds of commercial real estate are doing very well. And so the broad brush that people paint with commercial real estate, which basically, because office buildings are very tall, you can't see them. And that's sort of your vision. So you're going to have a mixed outcome.
Jamie, you've asked your employees, or maybe told all your employees to come back to work 5 days a week. Are they doing that?
60% 5 days a week, 30% or 3 days a week. 3 days a week, mandatory, we track it, and it includes coming in on Friday. 10% have always been working from home, if it makes sense. 100% of our MDs are required to go to work every day. I don't think you can lead people and work